Today, we are looking at the Orient Bambino, a watch often considered as the king of affordable dress watches. But is it still worth buying in 2024? Let's dive in and find out if this classic timepiece continues to offer great value for money. First off, what is a dress watch? A typical dress watch is usually elegant and thin. Normally, it comes on a leather strap and lacks sports-focused complication and water resistance. The dial is not as busy and features only applied indices or Roman numerals. Even a date window or seconds hands is considered excessive. The dress watch is making a stylish comeback after a prolonged reign of sports watches. With everyone obsessed with the classic old money look again, it's gaining traction among watch enthusiasts also. When you think of a dress watch, the first thing that comes to mind are iconic models like the Patek Philippe Calatrava or Vacheron Constantin Patrimony. While owning such timepiece is a dream for many, me included, the reality is often out of reach. For those seeking an elegant, classic dress watch without breaking the bank, the Orient Bambino presents itself as an exceptional alternative. When you pick up this watch, the dial is the first thing you will notice. Its cream color is simply mesmerizing and among the finest I've seen, especially considering the watch's price point. The delicate script of automatic and the perfectly printed Orient logo, both in matching rose gold, elevate the dial to a level of sophistication that punches above its weight class. The applied Roman numerals look modern with straight sharp lines, and its striking blue hands complement the overall aesthetic flawlessly. There is a tight little date window at 3 o'clock with an aperture that blends into the dial. All of this is found beneath a vintage-style mineral crystal which lightly distorts the dial on its outer edges. Every element from the dial to the crown shows a premium quality that's hard to find at this price point. Often, modern interpretation of vintage watches suffer from inflated proportions, undermining the look that gave them the charm in the first place. That's not the case with the Bambino. The case size on paper is larger than one might expect or desire for a dress watch, coming in at 40.5 mm case diameter and an 11.8 mm thickness. I know that die-hard watch enthusiasts will insist that classic dress watches shouldn't be larger than 36 mm, but this watch doesn't look big at all, as the dial has increased in complexity that makes it appear smaller. The case is polished on the top and brushed on the side with accuracy, and you have a truly gorgeous piece. With a slim profile of under 12 mm, this watch slips beneath a shirt cuff, fulfilling its essential purpose as a discreet and elegant dress timepiece. The included strap is unfortunately a weak point. It feels more synthetic than leather and lacks the tapered profile typical of a dress watch. Many owners should upgrade to an aftermarket strap, but I'm afraid it will cost more than the watch itself. Keep in mind that the 21 mm lug width might limit your strap options. The Bambino is powered by Orient's F6724 caliber, a 21-joule automatic movement offering smooth operation and reliable timekeeping. With a bit rate of 21,600 beats per hour and a respectable 40-hour power reserve, it delivers solid performance. It's worth noting that while Orient is owned by Seiko, it operates independently. Their movements are built in-house, but they mainly reflect the Japanese way of integrated manufacturing practices rather than a unique level of movement sophistication. Strapping on the Bambino is a delightful reminder of the pure joy a dress watch can bring. While larger than a vintage piece, its proportions feel spot on. The case, domed crystal, and absence of dominant bezel all work together to make a watch that is endlessly enjoyable to look at. It's one of the few watches I can recall that wears true to size, with a compact lug-to-lug that prevents overhang on smaller wrists. The only minor thing that I don't like is the strap's lack of taper. As you know, dress straps typically taper, as do vintage-style straps. In my opinion, a more slender profile would enhance the watch's elegance. Nonetheless, the Bambino has a timeless charm, blending classic design with a contemporary appeal. It's a watch that whispers old money without appearing dated. The Bambino is an exceptional entry point into the world of dress watches. For under $200, you'll be hard-pressed to find a comparable timepiece, and even at the $1,000 mark, few can match its aesthetic appeal. If you're hesitant to embrace a dress watch, consider this. Many of us own dive watches without even taking the plunge. A dress watch like the Bambino can be enjoyed in the same way. It's not about boardrooms or black tie events, it's about appreciating a classic design and elevating your everyday style.